Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you're all doing well today. Today is the second week of the hashtag Scripture Card to Share open collaboration sponsored by Susan from Susan Hiles Art and myself. And both of our channel links are below, and all the instructions on what to do if you want to participate, along with some suggested but not required scriptures to use, and what you need to do to get your videos noticed and stuff is down here. It's going to be in my description box, so don't be afraid if you can't read this or you haven't seen any of the other videos. So today, May 19th, our prompt, which is a suggestion, it's not a requirement, but a suggestion, on an index card or project life card, add some scrapbook painty paper, scrapbook / or painty paper, and attach some ribbon, twine, lace, floss to create a dangle or tassel hanging from the card and a Bible verse. Now remember, this scripture or this collaboration, the whole point of this is to be making scripture cards to leave someplace. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm breaking the rules kind of already because I'm using something from this Hello Angel floral paper crafting book. A friend of mine gifted this to me and I absolutely love it. It's got some beautiful papers in it. But then it also had all these cut aparts, which I've already taken out and cut apart here. Beautiful colors and everything. Just love it, and it's super fun for spring. So what I'm going to be using from that, I already picked out a card that says "Let Love In," and then this one that's just kind of like marbleized to be the back of the card. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started here, and I'm just going to do some work here. And excuse me, while I'm doing this, I'll tell you, I promised I would share where I left the two I made last time. One of them I left at the post office. I put it in, I had to go mail an Etsy package, so I put it in one of those clear plastic, I think they're like acrylic holders where they had some kind of forms and pens stuck in there for people to fill out those forms. So I stuck one in there, and that was super fun. I feel like I'm getting away with something when I'm leaving something like that. I don't know why, but anyway, so I did that one. And then the second one I actually left at a little diner in West Virginia. We went to the cabin. We were at the cabin last week, and we always go to this little diner over the border in West Virginia for breakfast. And so I left it on the table, but I left it leaning up against the napkin holder. So yeah, so that's where I left the two of them. And I'm going to have to think where I want to leave these, the one that I'm making today and the ones we make for the rest of the time. So I can't wait to hear where you all left yours, because you'll probably give me some ideas. Now, when I was younger, like my first job out of college, I worked in downtown Washington, D.C., but I didn't live downtown Washington, D.C., so I had to take a bus to the metro station, and that would have been, a great place, any of those places, to leave it on a bus seat or to leave it, on a metro seat or something would have been a great place. But I don't, I'm not in a situation, I live in a rural area now, so I'm not in a situation where I really can do public transportation. So that's kind of not in the question for me right now. So I think I'm going to ink this up, and I might use this Tim Holtz Salty Ocean. The paper that I'm using here is very colorful, so I really have a choice of what colors I'd like to use, but for some reason I'm being moved to use Salty Ocean, so that's what I'm going to use. And you can make these any size that you want. Now, I didn't use a project life card, and I didn't use an index card. I made my own kind of journaling card. that you saw by just putting two pieces of paper together. Well, cardstock. They are cardstock, so they have a little weight to them. Because, you know, when I attach the dangle and stuff, I don't want it to pull through. You know, I don't want it to be so light that it's going to pull through. Just going to put that to the side now. Okay, so I've got that. Now, here's the back. Now, I think I'm going to, where's my cutter here? I'm going to cut my scripture out and put it on the back, but then I probably have to do some kind of other decoration on the back, or the back might be kind of boring, so I'm going to have to take a look, see here what's going on. I hope that you all are having fun with this collaboration, and I hope you had fun leaving yours and thinking of fun places where you could put yours. So let's go ahead, and I've got some ink on there. I'm just going to go ahead and give this a tiny little bit of ink up here. Just like this. It's very hard to ink up paper versus cardstock. So I'm going to put that on the back. But this kit had all kinds of, this paper pad that my friend gave me had all kinds of cards and stuff that they actually punch out, is what they do. They punched out of the paper. So I'm wondering if I used one of these, if I could kind of frame these. I actually could use one of these and frame the scripture so it pops out a little bit more. I think I'm going to do that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I have pulled out one of these fun little things, but it's too small to hold the scripture. So in this case, I can't do that. So I'm just going to put that aside. Now what I do have to do, I've noticed, is I have to just cut a tiny little bit off the ends because it's a little tiny bit too long to show the paper, the design all the way around. Oops. Okay. All right, so let's put that aside again and just re-ink these little edges here. Okay. All right, so I think I can get rid of that. All right, so I think that will work a little better. But now I'm thinking I need to ink this too. Oh, good night. All right, sorry. You can fast forward through me inking. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can here. Okay. Well, you know, I was convicted this morning during my quiet time. Not convicted, but really instructed this morning during my quiet time to, when this challenge is over, or the collaboration is over, to keep doing this. And whether I'm using my own cards that I make or using tracks, you know, that you can purchase. Yeah, I think that looks good right there. I think you can see that right there. I think I'm going to, this is Ephesians 2:8-9. It says, "For by faith you have been saved, through faith, and not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast." And I really hope that that speaks to some people who are not saved, especially those who live by the notion that they're a good person. You know, they'll get in heaven just because they're a good person. That, yeah, it's not of our works. And, you know, us Christians have to remember that too. Nothing we do, even the good stuff we do for the Lord, is our salvation. You know, that's not where our salvation comes from. Lest any of us boast. You know, you get puffed up by what you've done for the church, or you get recognized, you know, for your work at the church or something. That's really not from you. It's from the Lord. You know, He should be the one being glorified, not you. And I'm speaking for myself. I'm not pointing fingers here. As a matter of fact, that was a topic that our leadership at my church, we had a meeting on Monday. One of the congregation, not anyone on the leadership team, had said that anybody who serves the church, you know, we have a lot of people who do all kinds of things, from cleaning the toilets to greeters to, you know, nursery school and everyone, that those people should be recognized. publicly at church, because some people don't know what other people do or whatever. But we talked about it and we said, no, you know, I'm not comfortable being recognized for what I do, and neither did any of the other leaders. And we figured we could speak for the other people at church too, that they wouldn't want that either, the other servants. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now I'm going to do the part of the prompt that says to attach some kind of fiber and a dangle. So I pulled out some fiber, and I got this already because, you guys, you know, sometimes it's really painful for me to get on with these things. I pulled out some fiber. This is a cute little fiber. I don't know what, I guess maybe you crochet with this. I don't know, but it's got like little clumps of eyelashes, and it's multicolored. It's like variegated. Maybe you could see it like that better. And then I got some charms to use also. I have this one, which is a cross. This came off of a piece of jewelry. And then I think this did too. It's a little heart that says love. And then I have some jump rings. But first I want to do the, get that on. So what I thought I would try, and I'm using the word try here, is I'm just eyeballing this here. Trying to be very careful spacing here because I don't want it to look bad. I am going to try to weave this fiber through. Okay, so I just punched holes. Can you see that? I just punched some holes there. If you have some kind of hole punch or something, you know, maybe you could use that. I mean, not hole punch. Yeah, like a hole punch for a notebook. You know, if you have any of those kind of tools. I don't have anything like that, but I know they exist for planners and stuff. They have those little hole punches that you can get that space the holes evenly and whatever. Like I said, I'm not that concerned about it. I just did my best here. So I'm trying to weave this fiber through here, and of course I picked a fiber that's got 2 plies and they're not sticking together, so this is going to be something here. If this gets too annoying, I might switch to a different fiber, but I like this one because the colors go so well with the paper. So I'll tell you, I'm going to try my best. I've been super busy at work. Well, they put me on the schedule way more than I wanted to be because I actually resigned. This is just my part-time job. I'm keeping my business, my antique business, but I work at the antique mall also part-time. And it's just, I just don't want to do that anymore. It just seems to be taking up all my time. And I usually work 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, for some reason, you know, I told the manager I wasn't going to be working anymore past May. And she pleaded with me to stay through June because several people are taking off in June and she wouldn't have enough people to cover. So I said, okay, I'll do June too, but I want as least number of days that I can have. So she has only given me 5 days in June, which is good. But for May, she gave me so many days and like 3 days a week. I usually only work 2 days a week and I've got 3 days a week. So I'm super, super busy trying to get all this stuff done. I've neglected my poor Etsy shop, and I will be come June or the end of June, you know, beginning July, I'm really going to vamp that up. Ramp that up, not vamp that. Vamp means something else. Ramp that up because I've got some great things that I want to put on there, but I just don't have time because of my other job, which, you know, when you know you're going to be leaving, it just makes it so much harder to stay. You know, it's just brutal. Like every day is a torture. It's not that bad. I'm grateful that I had that opportunity to work because when I needed the money, the job was there, and my manager has been very, very good to me to schedule me only the days that I said I could work and blah, blah, blah. I never work on weekends. You know, we go to the cabin a lot, so I always have to give her a schedule of that, and she's always honored that. Okay, so I've woven, I know it's hard to see, it's much easier to see in person, but I've woven that through. Now I'm trying to decide what I want to do. How do I want to keep that in there? You know, how is that going to work that I'm going to keep that in there? Let me just cut it off here because I know I don't need that much. Now I've got these two little charms that I want to hang from the top from here. But I think actually I might do something else with them. How am I going to get this to stay up here? That's the question. I guess I could knot it just so it doesn't pull back through the holes. Maybe I'll try do that. Let me try make a knot here. Of course, this wasn't well thought out. I actually did try to think about it. But I thought, oh yeah, well I'll figure it out once I do it, and I'm kind of stumped here. Okay, let me pull that through. I've got to make the knot big enough so it won't pull back through those holes. But I don't think anyway, if I cut it close, nobody should. Well, right now I'm going to leave that one the way it is, just in case I need to use that for attaching the charms. Because I think you know what, and I think this was one of the prompts that I came up with, or at least the part about the dangle. I've got to have something dangling off of here. But you know, who doesn't love dangles? I hope that, you know, I hope that these cards, everyone's done such a great job. I really hope that people are keeping your cards because, oh my goodness, so beautiful. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I've got a knot on that end, and if it's going to dangle, I think it's going to dangle from the top. So I'm just going to clip that off and put that in my scrap bin. And now maybe we'll just let that dangle the way it is. We might cut it a little bit shorter, but what I think I'm going to do, I have my crocodile here. I think I'm going to put a bigger hole, not there, like a little bit above that maybe, there, and then put a eyelet, not a brad, an eyelet in there. What color should I use? Well, gee, I could use any color I have, but I think I'll just go with white. Or should I go with silver? Let's go with silver. Okay. All right. So we'll go with silver. And because I wanted to reinforce this with an eyelet, because charms, you know, they can get snagged and pull. And I wanted to make sure that it's really in there. So let me just go ahead and do this. Okay. All right, so there we go. So now I've got that there, and I've got this little dangle here. What I might do is just shoot that through the front here, just so it's dangling from the front instead of the back. Like that. Okay, and now I'm just going to go ahead and attach my little charms here, and I have some jump rings here, and I'm hoping that these are going to be big enough, although these are both on jump rings themselves. This one right here is on one of these split jump rings, and I don't like that. I'm going to take that off this one. It's got one of these ones that kind of coil around, and it's a little much. So I'm just going to take that one off altogether. Okay. Get rid of that. And now let's use a regular little jump ring here for that. I hope these are going to be big enough. Okay. Put that on there. I think I'm going to put the cross on too. The cross does not have a back or front, so that's good. Now, if I put this on here, I might have to use actually a second jump ring. Let me see. If I put this on here, I'm just going to do it because I'm not sure in my mind what's going to happen. Do I want it up there or do I want a second ring? No, I think I'm going to actually add a second ring. That looks okay and it works, but I think I want it a little bit freer, freer flowing and a little lower. So I'm going to take that back off and put one more jump ring in there. And I think maybe you'll see what I'm talking about. It gives it a little more room to wiggle around and dangle. So let's see here. Okay, what are you doing, Helen? You got to put this one. We'll do one at a time, Helen. You can't do both at the same time. So put that on there. Okay, and close this one up. I'm probably making this harder than it needs to be, but oh well. Okay, and I'm going to close that one up. Okay, now I'm going to open this one. Okay, and put it through this one. Okay, is this going to work or did I just make this worse? Let's see here. Let me see what I've done here. Like I said, it's kind of hard to tell. Now wait, do I have that on backwards? Ugh, Helen, come on. Okay, it's got to go this way. Although what was happening, the love was backwards. Like I said, the cross, it doesn't matter. It's the same on both sides, but that little charm that says love, of course, has to be so that you can see the love. There. Oh, I like that. That's cute. Yeah, so adding that extra one. Okay, so I think I'm just going to make this dangle a tiny bit smaller or shorter. Okay, just so it kind of dangles with the charms. Sorry. So there you go. There's my card right there. There's my little dangle. I've got it going through here. It says "Let Love In," and here's the scripture. So that was super fun. That turned out well. I kind of had my reservations how this was going to go, but I like the way it is. I don't have, like I said, I haven't thought about where I'm going to leave it yet, but I usually just carry it with me and in my purse. And then when the inspiration strikes me, I know where to leave it. So guys, I hope you're having fun with this. Again, oops, bend over, pick it up. This is the hashtag Scripture Cards to Share. If you check my description box below, you'll see a link of all the other people who are participating. Please check out their channels. They're super talented. Please check out Susan's channel. Hers also has the complete list of the participants. And guys, let us know where you're leaving these, because we need inspiration and we need the fun to hear where you guys are leaving these too. So I hope you're enjoying this. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Take 1 second and do that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Until the next video, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.